parking enforcement work?
Yes.
Has James Cleveland said similar things to you about not working for the city?
Similar.
How about Ian Bernard, how about Mr. Freeman?
Mr.
How about,
Freeman?
yeah, Ian Freeman? Has he said anything to you with
If
regard?
he has, I don't recall.
Okay. Describe for us what Ian Freeman has done to you from your perspective to interfere with your job responsibilities.
The same thing, pursuing with the camera, just trying to be intimidating, catch me off my guard. I've asked him also not to talk to me and to stay away. And his response was, I didn't hear you.
About Graham Colson, describe what Graham Colson has done to you with regard to interfering with your job.
Graham has continually chattered and talked. Cameras at times, not constantly, or a recording device at times. The same as all the rest. But more.
I'm sorry.
I've seen him more than I would say than a Kate or Ian Freeman.
Now, you've talked about following you. Have there been times when you've been chased?
I've not been chased, but sometimes if they come from behind, they'll sweep by very close, especially Mr. Colson would do that.
When you say sweep by very close, what do you
Well,
mean?
come beside me to get in front of me, so they would cut right across, right in front. It's a little startling at times.
Coming up from the side or behind you?
Behind you, yes, to get in front.
Have you ever put your hands up to tell people to stop?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You said you verbalized asking people to stop.
Yeah.
And from your perspective, has the taunting and the harassment and the intimidation stopped?
From my perspective,
Yes.
the taunting, I don't hear too much. I don't engage. I haven't from the very beginning, and I think that has probably discouraged it, and they don't do that as much. I'm not saying it has stopped altogether, and I always feel like it's a possibility, but no, the taunting and the chatting has, for me personally, been much quieter.
Now, with regard to the city sidewalks, have you observed congestion or interference with citizens by any of the defendants when you're trying to do your job?
As far as them getting in the way of just somebody walking, no, I don't recall.
Have there been any citizens that have come to your assistance or intercepted any of these defendants on your behalf?
There are people that have said things to them, such as, leave her alone, stop phone her, why are you doing this, or other things. Either just said it to them and didn't, walk after them. There's been that kind of thing.
Say that again?
People have said things, comments like that to them, but they usually say them and then they leave.
How about any merchants? Have any merchants come to assist you with regard to what you described?
Yes, I've had one or two that try to explain to them, why they want us to do what we do as far as parking enforcement goes, and they listen, but they always seem to have a better explanation.
And when you're out on the street, if there's another parking enforcement officer working, will you try to coordinate with them to try to tell your colleagues, your work colleagues, that any of the individual defendants are in a certain area and that they shouldn't go there?
Yeah, we have done that, yes.
Describe that for us, please.
Well, we have cell phones that we use, and I might call Jane or call Alan and let them know. I mean, it could be, during the day, so I have no way of knowing. It's just giving them kind of a heads up, that's all.
With regard to crossing the street, from your perspective, describe what, if any, safety concerns that you've got, that you have with regard to motorists, the defendants, yourself.
I would use the crosswalks, so they don't.
Well, describe that for us.
Just
again,
cutting across
Your
to
Honor,
wherever.
again, excuse me,
Sorry.
the question is non-specific in terms of which defendants, all right?
Ma'am, if there's an objection, just stop talking
sorry.
until I've
Yeah.
ruled on the objection. The objection sustained.
Lynn, describe for us who you have seen following you across the street out of the crosswalk areas.
Oh, Graham, Colson, Gary Ian, James Cleveland, Kate Air.
Mr. Freeman.
No, I've never.
Do you have any safety concerns when those folks are following you across the street?
For them or for me?
For everybody.
It's a distraction, I think, when they're darting across just to catch up with me. Yeah, where it's like, I don't wanna see somebody get hit or worse.
From your perspective, Lynn, have those 5 individuals that you've identified, have they been in your face for many, many months now?
Your Honor, first of all, we were going back and back over the same paragraph, but in any event, that's another non-specific question.
I said the 5 that she has
I know,
identified.
but without delineating which ones.
The objection is overruled. You can answer the question.
I'm sorry, would you repeat it, please?
The 5 people that you've identified, have they been in your face for 8 months now while you're doing your job?
All of them?
The
From
5.
time to time, yes, from December until we're here today, there have been, at some point or other, there have been. One or many of them.
Now, where you're seated right there, to the back of the courtroom where I'm standing, is about 30 feet. And my question to you,
Objection.
When we have the question first, then let me hear the question, and then before you answer, I think there's going to be an objection, and I'll rule on the objection before you respond. Pose the question.
so Lynn, from you to me in the courtroom, it's a distance of about 30 feet, or 10 yards, what we used to refer to in football as a first down. Have the defendants, the 5 defendants that you've identified, been closer to you within the 30 feet that we're separated right now?
Objection, asked and answered numerous times, this is a waste of our time.
You know, objection to your question. First of all, I'm objecting to the attorney informing the witness as to how far 30 feet is, particularly without any foundation here that in fact that is 30 feet. I mean, if he wants to ask her which defendants have been within 30 feet, naming them, then I have no objection to that question.
I take it that your question, Attorney Bauer, related to the 5 individuals about whom there's been testimony, not Mr. Iyer.
That's correct.
And the objection's overruled. Do you understand the question? The question, as I understand it, was have they been closer than the distance between you and Attorney Bauer?
Yes.
Have,
That was already established.
have they been closer than where I'm standing now, which is approximately 20 feet?
Objection, he previously asked, have they been within 3 feet or a foot of you, and she at another time mentioned that they had, walked near her, so we already know that this is asked and answered, and it's just going on repetitively to try to hammer home and create this, continue this circus.
Attorney Dowd, why isn't this asked and answered? I think there has been testimony that with the exceptions there are some of the other, at least some of the other defendants were within a few feet of the witness at the time of their engagement.
You know, Your Honor, I'm being challenged every time I talk about the defendants, so I'm trying to
I understand.
specify for the record and for you the defendants by name, identity, and the distance, the proximity, because that's what this is all about, proximity.
This is about control.
There's now you're talking about have each of the 5 named, other than Mr. Ayer,
Yes.
been within the distance between you. The objections were ruled.
And now about 10 feet away from you, have each of the 5 named defendants been within 10 feet, or the distance between you and me?
Yes, yes.
Is this contiguous? Can I use the restroom?
I've been indulgent about people making comments that's gonna end. Now, either counsel or, in the form of an objection, and we can discuss the objection, or, and any other comments, and people will not be permitted to do that, they'll be asked to leave the courtroom. You may proceed.
Thank you. And Lynn, I'm about 3 feet from you right now as I stand. Put your arm out, please. Have each of the named defendants, the 5 of them, been within approximately 3 feet from you?
At times, yes,
Is that disturbing to you?
yes.
From your perspective, is there any reason why anybody has to be within 30 feet from you, all the way down to 3 feet from you?
There is no reason.
Whether, if it was any of these 5 defendants, strike that. If anybody else, a soccer mom, a veteran, if anybody else were within those feet from you while you were doing your job, on an ongoing basis, day in and day out, would you object to that as well?
Your Honor, objection. Whether she would object to a soccer mom or a veteran being within 3 feet of her has no conceivable relevance to this case, unless we're now talking about somehow exempting soccer moms and veterans from the requested relief.
My point, Judge, is it's neutral base.
But Your Honor, I don't object to Attorney Bauer first of all, your question would prove exactly the opposite. But in any event, I don't object to making arguments, but not through this witness. We're gonna have a chance not to make arguments.
That is,
I'm asking her, from her perspective, Judge, we can argue fine legal points, but from her perspective on the job,
I think your point is that she would have she would object to anybody being that close, regardless of their position or status. If they're within a certain distance, that she would object to that.
on the ongoing basis that she's already described.
I think that's more of an argument point than a question for.
But I need it as part of the evidence, Judge.
Well, I'd like to be rephrased. I think that the reference to the objection sustained, you can rephrase the question.
If anyone were engaged in the conduct that you've described, that the 5 individuals have engaged in, would you be impaired and object to their activities as well?
Yes.
And the reason for that, Lynn, is why?
Because it's preventing me from doing my job. And having peace while I'm doing my job.
Attorney Bauer, if there's a logical point for a break.
Sure, this is fine.
I didn't know if you're close to wrapping up with this witness. Take a 10 or 15 minute recess.
All rise.
No. It's a little push button with a red dot on it.
Oh, right. Okay.